Does it violate your civil rights? If you get caught with drugs, you're about to be arrested, and they involuntarily put you into a rehab. This is a big thing right now. Involuntary rehab, involuntary treatment. It's sparking up debates in the addiction and recovery community. It's got two major sides to it. If you were to go to all these congressmen or women, political people, I'm not sure any of them have been a degenerate, junkie, homeless, lose your kids, lose your house, lose every dollar, barely have money for Boost Mobile type of situation. That type of life is hell when you're homeless and you're out in the cold 24/7 and all you really care about is the drugs. Been there, done that, don't ever want to do it again. But the reason why I'm never going to do it again is because at some point I was ready to get clean. My mom and dad telling me to go get clean didn't make me ready to go get clean. My girlfriend cheating on me and telling me she's going to leave me and if I didn't stop doing drugs definitely didn't stop me from getting high. Getting threatened with jobs and losing jobs, all of the things that come along with addiction, nothing was going to get me to stop aside from myself. Yours truly. Look in the mirror, sick and tired of being sick and tired. Well, I went through it. I went to multiple rehabs. I went to multiple detoxes. I kicked drugs in countless different places and still went and got loaded at some point. I want to know what your guys' thoughts are on this because jails are full, 3 hots in a cot. It's about to be wintertime. You need a house. You need warmth. You need some food. And this is where you go get it in the wintertime. But are you ready to get clean? Are you going in there with the right intentions? Or is a judge making you go to this? Which one would get you clean? So basically what involuntary rehab or treatment is, it's a court order. The court makes you go to rehab, drug courts, criminal charges, but then there's civil commitment laws, like your family petitions, physician referrals, and state petitions. If family members go to the court and say, hey, we need to put this person in involuntary rehab, court's going to look at the case and deem yes or no. Emergency psychiatric holds if deemed a danger to self or others. 37 states plus Washington, D.C. currently allow some form of involuntary commitment for substance abuse disorder. Programs can range from detox centers to inpatient rehabs to locked psychiatric facilities. I understand why it exists. It's going to save lives, public safety, less stress on family. If you're the family member that goes and petitions and gets your son or daughter or whoever to go into there and you have a little bit of peace of mind for a day or 2 or 3 until you AMA out of the place and you leave. But here's what happens a lot of times with opiate addicts. They go to a detox for 5 days and over that 5-day span, their tolerance changes just a little. Then they get out and they go bang a couple bags. And guess what happens? They overdose and die. Same thing with 30-day rehab, 45-day rehab. You're setting people up to kill themselves in a lot of these situations because I know I sat in rehab for like 30, 40 days and was excited that I was getting clean for 30 or 40 days so that I could actually get out and actually feel a high again. How many people do you know who lost their tolerance and then came out and hit fentanyl and they're dead? I know a ton. It took me relapse after relapse. My sister would call me the 90-day king. Oh, I got 90 days. Look at all my key tags, guys. I can do a bag to celebrate. We do anything to get high. We look for any excuse to get high. And we find more excuses to get high than not to get high. We would rather take the easy route, make ourselves feel numb for a couple seconds, and push all of that pain that we're going through and trauma, stress, depression, anxiety, all of it. We just want to push it until one day something erupts, something terrible happens, and now we're all over the place. The pros I can see are great. It's an alternative to jail. You have all of the programs at your fingertips if you want to get clean. Now, for the person that does want to get clean, let's say you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, and your mom is like, hey, buddy, we're going to court and I'm putting you in involuntary treatment. And you're ready to go. It may save your life. It has definitely saved lives. But for some crazy reason right now, with whatever Trump is doing or talking about, this is going to become a pretty popular thing here. Drug use and substance abuse is everywhere. There isn't a day that goes by that you don't see somebody high. If you're out in the world and you're active and you're moving and you go places, there's drug use everywhere. There's drug deals that go down everywhere. The normal rehab detox system is just numbers. It's a money-making machine. I have a lot of veteran clients who we help with all of their insurance stuff. Some of these guys have done pretty well for themselves. They have acreage, they have farms. Men and women go out there and they work for a year or two. But how do we do that with the masses? What are you going to send everybody to a ranch somewhere and have everybody feeding horses? There's no real answer. There's no real solution except for we need a law.
It's the law.
If you get caught dealing a bundle of dope, 10 little baggies, you go to jail for 20 years.
I was addicted to drugs for a long time. The judge told me one time, he said, Mr. Matthews, he said, you are a drug abuser. But he wasn't offering me anything to help my addiction. He just said, I'm going to send you to the Oregon State Penitentiary. And it was ineffective. It just caused more trauma.
That's all that needs to change, in my opinion. The penalties, that scare, if you almost get caught, if you almost get 20 years, that would make me stop. Hell yeah, that would make me stop. But mom showing up to the court and saying, hey, Mike needs to go to rehab because he's getting high and he keeps asking me for $20 a day for gas, but then he doesn't go put gas in his car. He just goes and gets zooted. Criticisms here. You got civil rights issues. Strips away the freedom of the human. Raising legal and ethical concerns. Poor outcomes. Relapse rates still remain high if someone personally isn't ready for change. If the person isn't ready to change, no one's going to change. Being forced can backfire, creating resentment against treatment, medical risks. Detoxing without consent or proper medical supervision can be dangerous. System strain takes up beds, short-term focus. Many programs are 7 to 28 days. Then you discharge people back into the environment. When I woke up the morning, I realized I needed to get clean. Now having a loving fiance, someone who supports me and loves me and treats me, amazing. I look back at that time and I am grateful for it. I am clean and sober, but I wanted to get clean and sober. I picked up one day and I decided to reset my life, that I was sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I didn't want to be a statistic. Let's talk about success rates. Studies are going to show mixed outcomes. Some people maintain sobriety after drug court and all that stuff. For that to happen, long-term care and therapy tied in with mandatory NA or AA, 90 and 90, that would help out success rate. Here's what happens when you're not ready. You go to detox and you're in there for 2, 3 days, 4 days, you feel like complete ass. Your body's detoxing and getting rid of the poisons, and you are counting down the days to get out. I talked to a kid at the rehab I was in, one of the last times I had gone to try to get clean, and he's like, dude, I got drugs in my car right now. I'm like, why are you in here? He's like, I'm cleaning out my system. I'm sick and not feeling high. Yeah, substance abuse is no joke. And this addiction is no joke. Let's get some real world examples. The Florida Marchman Act. Family or law enforcement can petition a court order and put somebody into treatment. Massachusetts, Section 35 allows courts to involuntarily commit people for up to 90 days. It should be for a minimum of 90 days. That's how you would get somebody the chance to get a little bit ahead of the curve.
The Marchman Act it's a statute in Florida. That's a civil statute. It's not a criminal statute. That allows a family or any individual who's aware of a person's substance use problems to file paperwork with the court to get a court to order the individual to first be assessed and then to go to treatment. It's called involuntary commitment to treatment.
Someone stays for 30 days, up to 90 days. They just had a nice little vacation. They were fed, they were comfortable, and now they're back out on the streets doing what they're doing. Minimum of 90 days, minimum of 3 months. You know why? Because the minimum of 3 months means you lost your job, you're out of money. Now you got to get out, you got to be straight, you got to handle business like an adult. And after 3 months, you feel pretty healthy. You got a decent head on your shoulders. After 30 days, your life is the same. People, places, things, jobs, all still there. You're just no tolerance. You're just free and clear of your tolerance. And now you can go get loaded for real, for real. Kentucky Casey's Law. Families can petition to force a loved one into rehab. Trump's 2025 executive order pushing expansion of forced hospitalizations for homeless individuals with addiction and mental health illnesses. Should we be locking people into rehab against their will? The answer to that is no. When I first got clean, I went to soup kitchens and food banks. I volunteered. What that did for me is it put me in the position to see others' struggles. And I tell this to my team every day. If you're having a really, really, really bad day, don't do anything for yourself. Go help somebody else. And if you go help somebody else, that's doing something for you internally, spiritually. So the alternatives being discussed here is harm reduction, which is safe injection sites. We don't have many options anymore. We have to do something or a lot more people are going to die. This epidemic has chewed up and spit out a lot of people, and I wasn't willing to be one of them. I've got a little community growing, tier maker videos. I don't get paid from any of this. I take that out of my own pocket. We need a team, an army of people in recovery who are thriving to serve others. I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you do, what you're doing. If you've gone through hell and back and seen the dark side of addiction and substance abuse, and you've come out on the other side, you have a tool in your tool belt that others don't. I'll just leave it with you like this. They're not going to get it until they're ready. And we're wasting resources. We're wasting beds on the people that want to get clean. We're wasting food, everything that comes along with putting somebody up for X amount of days to detox, rehab. We seriously need to think about the laws. We're the United States of America. We can find terrorists, but we can't stop dope from coming over the border. We're not stupid. China has crazy strict laws, so where do they send all the fentanyl? Dumbass Americans will get hooked on it, and then they'll keep coming back. So guys, give me your thoughts at the end here. I want to know what you're thinking about all this stuff. I want to know if you had a child, if you would make them go. I want to know that if you have been sent before. Anybody who has been sent, I would love to hear from that person. Hit the merch store so we can donate. Link is below. We got all the F fentanyl shirts in there. We've got some other shirts like Not a Fan of Blue Balls and stuff like that. We got some good t-shirts in there, good sweatshirts. All of the proceeds go to helping addicts in recovery and active addiction, meaning they're in a detox or trying to get clean. Thank you guys so much. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. I hope you love the content, love the support. Thank you so much. We are able to save millions for consumers, mainly veterans. My daughter is out of the country right now. I'm freaking out anxiety-wise. Back in the day, I would use it as an excuse to go get loaded. It's not who we are now. Have a blessed night. Love you guys.